The Empty Cup and the Eternal River. In the heart of the Eastern Mountains, there was a small village known as Nandavana, where people lived in harmony with nature. They followed the wisdom of the old masters. Yet among them was a young man named Jaya who always sought more knowledge, never satisfied with what he learned. Jaya traveled far and wide, seeking the greatest teachers, reading countless scrolls, and engaging in endless debates. One day, he heard of an old monk named Master Ketu, who was said to possess the deepest understanding of truth. With great excitement, Jaya climbed the mountain to find him. When he reached the monastery, the old monk received him with a kind smile. "Master," Jaya said, "I have studied many texts, debated many scholars, and gained vast knowledge. But I still feel unsatisfied. Please teach me the highest truth." Master Ketu gestured toward a stone bench and brought out a teapot. He began pouring tea into a cup before Jaya, filling it to the brim. But he did not stop. The tea overflowed, spilling onto the table, and Jaya quickly exclaimed, "Master, the cup is full. No more can enter." Master Ketu chuckled. "Like this cup, you are full of your own knowledge and opinions. How can I teach you unless you first empty your cup?" Jaya fell silent. He realized that he had been seeking wisdom with an already crowded mind. He bowed deeply and said, "Master, teach me how to empty my cup." Thus began Jaya's true journey, the path of emptiness. For years, Jaya remained at the monastery, performing menial tasks, sweeping leaves, drawing water, and tending to the temple gardens. At first, frustration gnawed at him. "When will I learn the highest wisdom?" he asked the master one day. Master Ketu simply smiled and said, "Did the river ask when it would reach the ocean?" Pondering these words, Jaya observed the river that flowed past the monastery. He saw how it moved without resistance, adapting to the rocks and bends along its path. Slowly, he realized the wisdom hidden in simplicity. One evening, as Jaya was meditating by the river, a storm broke out. The winds howled, and rain poured, swelling the river into violent waves. Jaya panicked and ran back to the monastery. Master Ketu watched him calmly and asked, "Why did you run?" "The river became wild and dangerous," Jaya replied. Master Ketu nodded. "And yet, by dawn, it will be calm again. The river does not cling to its turmoil. Like the river, the mind must learn to let go." This lesson struck deep. From that day forward, Jaya stopped grasping for knowledge and instead embraced each moment as it came. He no longer sought to prove his wisdom, but to experience life directly, without attachment. The final test. One autumn, Master Ketu told Jaya, "It is time for your final test. Travel to the valley below and seek the poorest villager. Give them this golden bowl and ask them what they desire." Jaya obeyed and found an old woman gathering firewood. He offered her the bowl and asked what she wished for. She looked at the bowl and smiled. "I desire nothing," she said. "I have firewood to keep me warm, rice to fill my stomach, and the sky to shelter me. What more could I want?" Jaya was astonished. He returned to Master Ketu and relayed the woman's words. The old monk simply nodded. "Now tell me, Jaya, what do you desire?" Jaya closed his eyes and took a deep breath. For the first time, his heart was weightless. "I desire nothing," he said. Master Ketu placed a gentle hand on Jaya's shoulder. "Then, my son, you have finally emptied your cup." Jaya bowed deeply. He had come seeking wisdom, but he had found something greater, the peace of a mind unburdened by desire. And so, like the eternal river flowing toward the ocean, Jaya continued his journey, not as a seeker, but as one who had found.